Dominaria.
Dominaria United.
Dominaria.
What's your plan here?
I'm just feeling it out as I go.
Well,
Dominaria Remastered.
And Dominaria Jumpstart eventually. There's a lot of Dominaria coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm Jake. This is Adam. We're here to talk about the new set that's about to come out, and it's Dominaria United. We're going back for the umpteenth time, but
I think that the reason we're going back is that Magic Wizards is trying to tell a story. It's no secret they're coming up on their 30th anniversary.
True.
And I think that they're really trying to make a statement about returning to their roots and about seeing kind of where it all began and bringing back a lot of that nostalgia vibe.
I mean, that's why they brought Kicker back.
Yeah, the last time. Absolutely. I mean, you gotta love the classic mechanics that never quite went away. But Dominaria, it's Magic's home world. And that wasn't the case for a while. In the classic days, sure, Dominaria was the home plane. I know what they've said, there are stories that take place on Dominaria in the Magic universe that nowadays, if they were to do them, they would just set them on another world. Ice Age, that's a Dominaria story. If they made that today, it would be Ice World.
Ice World.
But
or Kaldheim or something like
or
that.
Or Kaldheim, there you go. And speaking of Ice Age, I mean, we're doing Brothers War just after Dominaria.
Yep.
I think that part of that is really a nostalgia trip, something that is about returning not just to the origins of Magic, but almost reapproaching it with modern sensibilities,
and,
with modern types of products.
Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, just going further and further into the sets, where, I mean, from Brothers, we're going back to Phyrexia, another Dominaria adjacent, and then we're doing a full-on war between the Phyrexians and the free people, and doing two sets of that. That's going to be ridiculous.
I appreciate that Wizards is really comfortable with playing the long game and really, really committing to the slow burn for storytelling. Let's remember, talking about Phyrexians, the story of New Phyrexia took many, many, many years to get to, but was set up sets and sets earlier. Similarly, right now, with the whole Phyrexian invasion, we've been seeing a very, very slow lead up with Phyrexian characters appearing in different sets. But that's something that they've really been teasing, almost, 5-10 years.
I mean, Tezzeret's been doing stuff for them. Tybalt's apparently working for them. Yeah, there's a bunch of different in-story characters that are working for the Phyrexians, and now we're actually seeing a culmination on Dominaria here.
And speaking of Dominaria, on this wonderful world, there are going to be a lot of different products coming out for this set. They've been very gradually expanding what we get whenever a new standard set comes out. Obviously, draft boosters, collector boosters, set boosters. These were once a new gimmick. This is now just something we can expect for anything. But there's a new type of booster that they're adding, starting with Dominaria, and that is
Jumpstart Booster, right?
Jumpstart Booster. And that is something that we're seeing for the first time, the combination of the Jumpstart format with a regular standard set. Jumpstart is a product that's playable right out of the pack. Something that's almost a pre-constructed deck, but still has a little bit of variance and variation there that I know a lot of people have enjoyed looking at the original Jumpstart product. It really seems like what they're doing with the Jumpstart packs is making something that's almost a bridge between Jumpstart and the theme boosters that they had for a while. The theme boosters were something that I think were a really cool idea, but people couldn't necessarily figure out exactly what they were.
And what to do with them in terms of playing. I mean, it's cool to get a bunch of colors, but or one singular color, or in some cases two colors, but if I wanted to build a deck, I would just draft or do sealed. That's kind of the hard part there.
Oh, definitely. I think with the Jumpstart boosters, you have something that tells you once you've gotten it what you can do with it. There's actually a way to play with it. And Wizards has done stuff like that before here and there, but now that they're committing pretty hard to it for this set, especially for a set that people are pretty excited about that has a lot of cool stuff in it, it's going to be interesting to see if that actually becomes a way that people approach and play the game.
And on top of that, we're getting, is it how many commanders for this set? In any case, we're getting a bunch of new commanders as it's going now that we get a couple commanders at each commander set, each set, but now we're finally getting another 5-color commander, which I mean I'm excited for.
Is this a commander deck that's coming out?
Yep, full commander deck. It's going to be we're getting at least 2 with planeswalkers as their commanders again.
Yep.
And then all of them are going to have synergies based on either doing legendaries or in one of their cases it's going to be full on just multicolored. Just you want to have as many colors as possible.
I think they've really determined that, speaking of legendary themes, that legends are a theme of Dominaria.
Oh, yeah.
The last time that we did Return to Dominaria, there was the whole historic theme where legendary creatures and those kinds of permanents were really important to the gameplay. And I think that ties in a bit to something else relating to legends in this set.
Yeah, well, is it just in the set boosters, or is it only in the collector boosters? We're getting cards from the original Legends set directly into packs.
Legends is a set that has a lot of cards on the reserve list, meaning that they're not to be reprinted, that I believe first came out almost at the beginning of Magic's history. They say that there were some sheets of Legends that they discovered in a factory.
I think it was boxes of it.
Boxes of Legends that they discovered in a factory that was being cleared out, and it's a fortunate occurrence for us, I guess, because we're going to actually get a taste of apparently cards that were first printed almost 30 years ago.
Like the original cards, not just a reprint of it. It's the actual card.
Yeah, see, the thing is, there are a lot of cards in Legends that they're not allowed to reprint. By their own rules, they say, oh, we're not going to reprint this, we're not going to reprint that. But if they already printed it almost 30 years ago,
start game.
No reason that they can't put them out. This actually reminds me of a gimmick that they did, I believe it was for original Zendikar, where they had cards that were put in as inserts that were either vault cards or buybacks of cards that had come out way earlier.
Yeah, like you could get a Lotus or something of that variety, if I'm not mistaken.
You can get Power 9, absolutely. They weren't being printed for that set, but because they weren't new printings, they figured they could still put them as inserts at a super high rarity in packs.
So at the store, do we have anything planned?
Oh, do we ever. Pre-release, not just to take home, but now to play in store as well. We've seen really good turnouts for our in-store pre-releases for the last sets that have come out, and we're hoping for just as exciting a launch for Dominaria. Looks like a set that a lot of people are going to want to see and want to get their hands on in person. So it's going to be pretty fun seeing the turnout. In-store play is something that's always been a big part of what we do here, and it's just a really great feeling to see people coming back in again.